My mother abandoned me to raise another man's children.
Hold on. Come back here.
Parent me. My 22 father, 76 male at the time of his passing, married his first wife at a young age. They had one son, my brother, now 58 male. My father's family comes from old money, so after his parents' death, when my brother was little, my dad inherited a sizable fortune. The wife passed away when my brother was 19 years old. So after around 17 years after his first wife's passing, my dad met my mom, 47 female, and after a year of dating, they got married. At the time of their wedding, my dad was 53 and my mom was 24. Okay. I think it's important for the context of story to specifically note their age difference as it's caused some resentment.
I can imagine. Why?
There it is. Particularly in my older brother, who is 11 years older than my mother. I was born soon after their wedding, and when I was around 2 months old, my mom essentially packed her bags and left my father and me.
Whoa.
Wow. That was all I knew of the story until my father passed away. Thereafter, I was solely raised by my father, and we had a fantastic relationship. He was a great dad and tried his best to give me everything he could. One thing he refused throughout my childhood was talking about my mother in any way. He never badmouthed her, but he also never said anything substantial that would give me any clue about what kind of person she was. My brother and I had a complicated relationship. He was always respectful and friendful towards me, but also distant. We've never had a brotherly sisterly relationship, which in a way is expected since he is 36 years older than. Through him, I also have 2 nephews and a niece, 29, 27, and 24, all of whom are older.
That's crazy.
And we've had more of a cousin type relationship. My brother and my father had a very strained relationship. I later learned this was due to the resentment my brother held over our father for marrying my mother.
Fair.
As said before, I had no contact with my mother or any member of her family for my entire childhood. Besides my father, brother, and his family, the only family was my aunt. In November 2019, my father was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. It was advanced and very aggressive. Although he went through extensive treatment, he passed away last January, which devastated me. We were extremely close, and I still can't believe he's gone. He left some of his money to my aunt and my nephews and nieces, but most of it was split evenly between my brother and myself. After my dad's passing, I was dealing with some anxiety. One of the fears I particularly harbored was the fear of being left alone and abandoned. I had my aunt, but she was also poor in health, and if anything happened to her, I was really afraid that I would be left alone. I didn't think my brother would be particularly inclined to upkeeping our relationship, but I was very wrong. My brother and his wife, 56 female, stepped up and in a way assumed a sort of parental role. Sister-in-law has been very keen on including me in their family life and has been calling me and visiting very. Now I couldn't be more grateful, and we've established a close relationship. The core of my problem, however, appeared at my father's funeral back in January. My father had lots of friends. What